So we're all familiar with the trouble that Xbox One has had with stick drift. Stick drift meaning that it's acting as though one of these joysticks is not centered even when you let go of it. And I was wondering, why is it that a really popular console like the PS2 never has this problem, or at least almost never? So I decided to take a look at how these things work using a computer, so I plugged in using a PS2 adapter so that I could get the raw output from it. And when I first plug in this controller, I do actually get what looks like evidence of stick drift. So this cross here is a representation of where it thinks the joystick is, and right now you can see that red dot is below the midline, meaning that it's acting like the joystick is being held slightly towards the gamer. And of course it's not. So that's classic stick drift, right? But if you plug this into a PS2 and play around, you'll find that it doesn't have stick drift, and let's see why. So we're going to start by moving the joystick forward away from the gamer, and you'll see that it works. Okay, no problem. When I let go of it, it actually pulls further back than it was before, and this is not a glitch. This is really how this joystick always behaves. But now watch what happens when I pull it back. So I'm just going to pull it back further. It's down to 0, and now when I let go, pow, right on 0, 0. So what's going on is that inside here is a set of what's called potentiometers, and they measure the position of the joystick. And those potentiometers wear out over time, conducting electricity less well than they used to. And so the joystick center point will no longer be exactly what the machine is expecting. But once it sees the full range of electricity values that can pass through that sensor, it knows where the center is again, and then it behaves correctly. And so that's why now it's centered properly. So this is a feature that's built into all PS2 joysticks, and except for very bad cases of stick drift, it fixes the problem. At the very worst, you'll only see stick drift the first time you move the joystick a little bit through its range. Once you've actually moved it through the whole range a couple of times, stick drift is gone. So this is a good example of how fancy technology is sometimes not as good as old-fashioned technology.